Greetings and welcome mercenaries to another episode of Let's Look at Warbanners. Alright, so we've managed to beat back the elves, I believe, in last episode. So, good job for us. I mean, it cost us some karma, which I'm not entirely sure we can get back at this point. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be events later on that will give me karma back, but this feels like the kind of game that really punishes you for making bad decisions, or at the very least, not good decisions. In any case, we have some units to level up, so let's begin with that. Now, for our commander, I would really like to give him some more morale so that he can start higher off. So we can get more advantage from the heroic cry. Because right now he will not breach 35 if he doesn't use it. On the other hand, a little bit more stamina wouldn't go amiss, since he is a prime target. His strength and his accuracy is probably fine for now. Alright, so for my swordsman, let's see, my other swordsman I gave stamina by the looks of it, but that's not likely going to happen here. Some health probably wouldn't be bad, but I think I'm gonna go with morale. If we can start at a base of around 30-ish, then a heroic cry from Roderick over here can push them over the 35 limit, which will not automatically give them an extra point in all the stats, which I think is infinitely more valuable than just temporarily having the stats. So my archers, that is a good question actually, because giving them a point in strength will make them do more damage, which in theory is kinda a good idea, I suppose. The health, not quite as important, as while they are slightly vulnerable targets with only 3 evasion, I'm still relying on my meat shields to take up the most of the damage. And now that I've got the priestess with me, that should be a little bit easier to maintain. I think I'm gonna go with strength. Make them real damage dealers. As for you, let's give you another point in accuracy. Right, now, there's not many assistants I can get. I mean, I have the gold for at least one. So what would be most useful right now? I could get dwarves for hire, which might be good. I mean, let's have a look at them. So we have clan warriors, axe throwers and runesmiths as part of the dwarves. And this list doesn't scroll, so this is really all we have. Now, I know from having looked at George's playthrough of this game that I will at least unlock the Dancer, Knight, Mage and probably a Paladin at some point. So I'm guaranteed at least the top row, which leaves only a bottom row available for hiring. And unlocking the dwarves will give me 3 units that could be useful. And if I ever become good enough, I may be able to unlock the elf mercenary. Which, you know, okay. They can summon an ent. The thing is, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be all that useful. So why would I ever want to bother with that? I mean, I need to be karma level 12 to get the singing swords. Yeah, no, that's just... They're barely better than regular swordsmen. All things considered, I mean, they can hit more reliably and are slightly harder to hit. But their health is actually lower. Even their base morale is not so much better. All they really have is awake ent, so if I'm in a position where there's no trees, I'm screwed. Whereas the dwarves are slightly better, they have slightly more morale, They have slightly more health. They have a lot more. They have a point more strength. Should really, and they have universal vision, so they're equally good in the dark. And of course, they will get some extra abilities, like for instance the axe throwers, which I assume is a ranged unit. It's not quite as good as the archer, I think. Although they start with slightly higher strength, so I guess they do more damage if they hit. But they have the ability to construct stuff on the battlefield, which could be useful. And they can also cut down trees, with which I can hurt enemies. And then there is the runesmith, which is a sort of dwarven mage. I mean, I say sort of, he is a dwarven mage really, but he is also a constructor. He can mana burn, which I suppose could be useful. The rain of rocks can be quite useful. And impact. Yeah. You know what? He is the cheapest. I'm gonna take him. Now, at the moment I don't have any spots free, and I'm not gonna just, you know, just give it away. Now, I will need a couple of potions. Let's get some more liquid fire potions. Take a pair of health potions and spare. Shouldn't need any health potions for my archers really, now that I have a healer. What other potions could be useful for an archer? The winter breath might be useful to slow enemies down, the stink bomb to hurt them. Depends a bit on which enemies you're gonna face. Or a stamina potion. You know, quite cheap. I'll take them. Just to see if I can make them useful in a fight. Because ideally I don't want to use any health potion, but just in case. And yeah, well, this is gonna have to do. Alright, enough dawdling around. I still have 2 contracts. Let's see what the dead things are. Alright, so we're gonna do 60 for a mission that's probably a little bit harder than it looks. The Silver Griffins arrived at the cemetery. At the far end, 2 shadowy figures were chanting over a brazier. Ever so often, a blinding flash leapt from the charred cylinder, accompanied by a thick cloud of acrid green smoke. Roderick signaled for the Griffins to surround the necromancers. The mercenaries tiptoed into position. The noose began to tighten around the dark art practitioners. When the Silver Griffins were less than 20 meters from their prey, a dazzling pillar of fire shot out of the brazier, knocking the company to the ground. Acid green sparks danced across the night sky. For a moment, Roderick lost sight of the necromancers in the billowing smoke cloud. Then the ground shuddered. The mercenaries got to their feet and were floored again as the earth heaved. The soil began to sag in a number of places across the cemetery. From these pits, an unearthly scrabbling sound emanated. The undead had been summoned. They're surrounded. I think, yeah. Alright, so skeleton, zombie, skeleton, and of course there's the necromancers. Ooh, female necromancers. I don't know why I said ooh. Magical attack, they're immune to poison. Well, good thing I didn't bring any then. Although, considering we're fighting at night, having a dwarf by my side would have been neat. Let's see, there's a corpse on the ground, so they're probably gonna resurrect that. No mention what these graves can do. And I can't set up my troops, so we're kinda boned. Alright, well, there's nothing for it. We'll have to start. And I can't hit anything particularly worth a damn. Alright, that's better. Now my priest also illuminates, so that could be useful. You go over there. Give him a hand, so now he can aim really well. Do 6 damage. Alright. Now, I don't think these have anything particularly good. I mean, the skeletons are gonna be tough to hit anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out where I can do the most harm. Alright, let's just keep in position. Raise zombie, yeah, I knew that was coming. Oh, these things move fast. Alright, never mind then, I will just go on the attack. And I'll just keep hitting. Ah, come on. Alright. Now I want to take shots at the necromancers, but they're a little bit out of my range. And I need to group up my people so I can do these shouts. Is there anyone that has not moved? No. Freeze potion, alright. Alright. Let's start putting some arrows into the enemy over there. Not much I can do over here. I mean, she's only got 3 action points, so I can't move. Just fall back. Alright. We have still the priestess left, and she can still shoot, of course. Have to go for the easy targets here. Hope I can get my archer away from there. Ring of Frost. That's gonna hurt. Alright, he is not actually in the right place. No. Oh, you don't have the action points. Oh, that's fair enough, fair enough. Alright. We'll just head straight for the goal. Alright. Get over there. And this is just going to be a full retreat. And this is not going to work because you have too much range. And... ah, come on. Alright, next turn. Stop it with the Ring of Frost, damn it. Alright, that's one problem less. Alright, go and deal with that. The problem with the Ring of Frost is it reduces my action points, and I really kind of want to heal my people. I can't because they don't have enough action points. Right. Alright, meditating. Meditating, that's fine. Finally! Alright, in a range of 4? I think that'll hit everyone. Oh no, that's the maximum range I can cast the spell. Mass heal. It's a little underwhelming, but it'll have to do. Right, that's one less necromancer. Pin her down. Alright. At least the zombies are going down well enough. Darn. Stop that. Alright. Yeah, take a rest for this turn. Right, that's at least one less problem. I keep saying that. At some point I'm gonna feel that's actually true. Well, hopefully at least the fire will help do some damage to these guys. I think I've got everyone. Yeah. Alright. I'm running out of mana. I can't really get around. Well, maybe. Let's give a heal. I mean, it's just first aid, but you know, it'll help. Now, if you can just kill this guy. That would have been too convenient, of course. Just fall back for now. Let's see. Nobody else? All right. Well, damn. Alright, fine. I'll drink the potion. Alright. Let's get rid of these nuisances. Oh, come on, hit him. Hit him. How hard can it be to hit? Yeah, I'm running out of stamina as well. No good. Just meditate, get some mana back. Alright, is there anyone left? No? Finally. Much better. Blessing may be only a small thing, but you know, every little bit helps. Now let's get rid of this skeleton over here, and that should do it. I think. Yeah, nothing to build really, so I'll just leave you there. Go stand over there. Ah, come on. Alright, the skeleton is down to 3 hit points. Well done. Not bad. Yeah, that's kind of true then. Right, so I'd heard that the amount of experience you get per mission is really just fixed. There is you don't get any points for being extra flashy or just killing everything you see, because not in every mission it's necessary to kill everything. Although that's the only kind of missions we have had so far. But it appears that any unit that heals gets a disproportionate amount of experience points for some reason. Because the priestess didn't do all that much, all things considered. But you know, fair enough. We do need her to level up, after all. Alright, so there's not much point in giving her extra strength. Mana magic resistance will be nice, much nicer later, I suppose, but right now I just really need her to have a bigger mana pool. And as for my human peasant, well, he could be improved in so many ways. I think health is probably the biggest problem for him. Alright, let's start dishing out some of these health potions again. Don't really have enough for an assistant. I mean, I do have enough, but not really any assistant I want, and I do want to have at least some potions in reserve. Since I do want to use potions, if at all possible. Yeah, you can have the stink bomb. Just to see how it works. I mean, I can gather how it works, but you know, want to be sure. Alright, so let's just save and well, let's have a look at the world map. So we only have the road to Warbanners. Yeah, I think I have time to go for that. Hey, what have you done? Klempos hissed at Roderick when the mercenaries had returned from the cemetery. You took care of the necromancers as you asked, Roderick replied, his tone icy. You destroyed half the cemetery in the process, you clumsy oafs. Roderick's face hardened to stone. A slight twitch on his right eye betrayed his internal struggle to keep his temper in check. And to think I'd heard good things about your centaurs, Klempos sighed. Out of grace, Sir Roderick, I'll put in a good word to the mayor. Damage limitation, you understand. I recommend, however, that you leave Arcton immediately. Roderick was only too glad to depart the town before he snapped that pompous parasite's neck. Alright. The Silver Griffins headed north. The road between Merston and Warbanners was patrolled by the Knights of the Golden Shield, so Roderick didn't expect any trouble. North of the City of the Dwarves, beyond the Iron Mountains, was a different matter. The Golden Shield shied away from this dangerous area. Roderick's positivity evaporated like a puddle in the midday sun as the Griffins crested a hill. Beyond lay the erratic remains of a shattered convoy, bodies mingled with debris and goods in a hideous portrayal of desolation. The Griffins picked their way amongst the dead. Roderick recognized his friend Hamadum. The gash down his back was still wet. Something would pay in kind for this massacre, Roderick decided. As the thought burned in him, the guttural chatter of orcs reached his ears. The filthy creatures began to emerge on all sides. Ooh, orcs. Alright, so we have a war boss. This is your commander. He's unique. He has a shield. He steps lightly so he doesn't get bolted with zone of control. And leader. And a mountaineer. All of this is bad for me, but he does have some nice boots. Let's see, he does onslaught, which he can use to push me around. He has a battle cry and a heroic cry. Right, beyond that there's the Ripper, his executioner, which is really bad if I lose any people to him. Quick attack. So he's gonna be doing a lot of damage regardless. He casts bleeding. Not good. But this is Orc Warriors, an Orc Archer. And there's an Orc Warrior behind us and a Boar Rider. As well as another Ripper. And there's another Orc Archer on the rise over there. So overall we're fucked. But we'll make the best of it as we can. Next time. Thank you all for watching.